Hello, welcome to the second week of I and Me. So last week we practiced I miss, and I want to show you what our entire LEEP classes said that they miss. Here we go. I miss. Here are a few things that all of our classrooms missed and that they use complete sentences to say. And I attached it to last week's lesson so you can look at it better. So I'm going to stop sharing. This week, we're going to practice I know, something that you learned during all comprehensive distance learning, or something that you learned before that you want to share. So I'm going to share my voice because I have to show you where to find it. I know. I learn. So this week, we're going to start talking about things that now we know because we learned it. And you can share with the class something that you never thought you could learn, and now that you know it and you learned it. So it's something to be proud of. So I'm going to clear my message and stop sharing. So first, we're going to read our book. And then we're going to practice saying what we're proud of learning now that we know it. So I'm going to share my screen and share my book. Here we go. Our book this week is called Listen and Learn. So I'm going to turn the page. There is so much to learn about the world. Something to say. I know. I learned it. I learned it. This is what we're talking about this week. I'm going to clear my message and go back to our book. Listening helps me learn. At school, I listen when my teacher talks. I want to hear and understand. I know. I learned it. Wonder what you're going to share that you learned. Let's go back to our book. When I listen, I use my body, my eyes, and my ears. I stay quiet. When my mouth and body are quiet, everyone can hear. They're all paying attention. Kind of like in our Zoom meetings, we're all paying attention to what our teacher is saying. Let's turn the page. I look at the person who is speaking. I watch what the speaker does. Watching helps me understand the speaker's ideas. A lot of you have been practicing looking during distance learning. I notice that a lot of you know how to look now and look at the screen so well. You learned it. You learned great eye contact. I know I learned it. Let's go back to our book. I think about what I hear. Thinking helps me learn and remember. Sometimes I listen carefully. but I don't understand. I can ask questions. I know some of you know how to ask questions. You can say, I need help. Help me. You can ask for help, and your teacher can help you answer your question when you don't understand. You can say, help me. Let's clear our message and go back to our book. Sometimes I am in a group. In the group, I can tell my ideas. I can answer questions too. My teachers and classmates listen when I talk. I like being part of the group. There are times when we're in breakout sessions, and I see that some of you are saying, I know how to take turns. I want to learn what my classmates are sharing in the class. I know I learned it. You're doing great job taking turns and waiting for your friend to answer a question. Great job. Let's clear our message and go back to our book. Sometimes my teacher gives directions. I look and listen carefully. I want to hear and understand, so I know what to do. When I listen and do what I'm asked to do, I'll be ready for what comes next. They're all listening to their teacher. Let's turn the page. It might be something really fun. It's kind of like our music class every Friday. We're listening and following directions every week. Let's turn the page. Sometimes it's easy to listen. Sometimes it's hard to listen. There may be other things to see and hear. I can keep trying to watch and listen to the speaker. Each time I listen, I get better at it. There are times when we're at home, there are things going on around us. And we just want to look at that, and we don't want to listen to our teacher. We want to look at what's going on in our house. But I saw that a lot of you learned to pay attention and ignore those sounds. Great job. Now you know and you learned it. How to ignore distractions. Let's clear our message. And turn the page. Sometimes I listen and talk with other children when we talk with our friends at school. My friends like it when I listen to them. I like it when they listen to me. Everyone likes to be heard. Let's turn the page. Listening and talking helps me solve problems. I can listen to how someone feels. The person can listen to how I feel. Listening helps us understand each other. There are times at school that some of our friends are having a hard time. They might be in the yellow zone or in the red zone, and we notice that they're not having a good day. But I saw that a lot of you are learning, what can I do to help my friend who's not feeling very good? You know and you learned it. Great job. You learned how to behave with your friend. Let's clear our message and go back to our book. At home, I listen and talk with my family. We talk about our day. We make plans. We solve problems. We learn together. We show we care by talking and listening. So at home, I hope that you are also part of discussions and you use your talkers or your communication systems to let people know that I know and I learned how to use my system, and I can let you know how I feel about a decision being made. Let's clear our message and go back to our book. Whenever I listen, I keep my body still. I keep my mouth and hands quiet. I watch with my eyes and hear with my ears. I think about what is said. Let's turn the page. When I listen, I know I'm growing up. I'm showing respect. I'm learning. And that feels great. We all like it when you can say, I know that. I learned it. It's something new I learned. So I know I can do it now. Let's go back to our book and turn the page. The end. We finished. So we finished reading our book. So now I'm going to share my voice and I have a question. We are going to make another Wordle, but we are going to target something that you can say, I know it because I learned it at school or at home. I learned something and now I know how to do it. For example, something that I know now because I learned it recently is video calling. I learned how to use Zoom. I never used Zoom before. And now I can watch all of you in a video call. I can watch you in a video call. I can just see you there. And I couldn't do that before. That's something I learned. I also learned a lot of computer stuff that I did not know before. I learned how to navigate the computer better because I did not use my computer that much before at work. Those are some things that I learned recently, but I want to know some things that you learned. So please share in the comments when I share the video or during class when you come to the synchronous session. So now I'm going to stop sharing and I have to say that we first read our book and now that's finished. And then I want to hear something that you know now because you learned it recently. And you can say, I'm proud of myself for learning this new thing or multiple things. I can't wait to hear what you learned. So all I have to say is goodbye. I will see you later. Saying Bye. Bye. I'll see you later. I hope I see you in class.